Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to talk today about the Bassmaster Elite event on the Mississippi River. I know a lot of guys have been talking about it. I've got some thoughts about this event that kind of go beyond the, hey, congratulations to Pat Schlapper for winning, goes beyond the, hey, this was an event that was old school fishing and we love that because there wasn't a lot of forward facing. I've got some more info that I want to get into when it comes to what this event that just happened means in the future, in the near future coming up. So guys, stick around. We'll be back to talk about that right after this. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Like I said, congratulations to Pat Schlapper. He deserves a great comeback victory. Awesome. Let's talk about what this means. Yes, 100%. The Mississippi River, anytime you get on the Mississippi River, what you're doing is you're talking about old school fishing that people love to watch. Whether it's pitching those cut banks, whether it's frogging, whether it's working wing dams and figuring out how to get those smallies to bite, making the decisions, the runs, going locking through up north to 7 or going down to 9 and things like that. There's just a lot of fishing strategy and skill that comes involved, and it isn't just about sitting there watching a screen and fishing. So we love that part of it, right? There's also the part that, how do the cold fronts play? My God, Caleb Coopball, 3 days going fishing cut banks, but whether it's a combination of the water changing, the cold front coming, or maybe he just ran out of fish quality, but that bite dwindling down. Meanwhile, the bigger bass up in pool 7 and Pat being able to just kind of make that happen and get better and better as the tournament went on. Those are things that are cool for us to watch because that teaches us information about what we hope to someday be able to do, which is make those kind of calls in the moment as you're fishing a tournament and have it come out and pan out. And it isn't just about, hey, let's go in the Black River and scope up fish that, we're using live scope for. With a tournament that's this entertaining to watch, I gotta say it, the 20 minutes of fishing and then 20 minutes of commercials, and 20 minutes of fishing and 20 minutes worth of commercials, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Oh my God, it's so tough to watch when you've got that number of commercials so regularly. I don't understand it. And guys, I'm complaining about something that I don't understand. So I admit it. But isn't there a different way to work the commercials out? How much do they get paid for those commercials? And isn't there a different way to do it? Here's the part that my guess is it's mutually beneficial. So I'm watching fishing for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden the commercials roll. And I got to the point where it's like, I'm not going to sit here and watch the same commercial again because I know it's going to be on for another 7 minutes. There's going to be 7 minutes worth of commercials that are going to play. So what do? I click off and I go to something else. And then maybe I click back on. Well, every time I click back on, Bass is getting another viewer. So if I watch this, okay, and now I click off because the commercials are on, and then I click back on 2 minutes later, I count as 2 viewers. Oh, I did it again. I might watch Bass for over a couple hours, but I may have clicked on and off 3, 4, 10 times. I am not one viewer, I'm 10 different viewers, and they want to be able to go to their sponsors and say, oh, we have 1 million viewers. Well, you don't have 1 million, you got 1,000 who watched it, who clicked back on 10 times, and now you got 10,000, so it's kind of faking the numbers. It's not real for the sponsors who are having those big blocks. I can't imagine people are sticking around and watching those. There's got to be a different way. But that's probably why Bass and some of the other organizations put those blocks in, because they literally get you to click off and not watch the ads, and then you click back on, and that makes them look better. I don't know. I'm hypothesizing here, but if I were a sponsor, I'd want to just do fishing and then do a 30-second commercial and come back to fishing. And, I'm getting off task because that's not what I was talking about, but it's very annoying to watch fishing and get into it like you are, and then all of a sudden you got these commercials. What I wanted to get to is the fact that all of this great stuff that we watched on the elites is going to play out again the week after Labor Day, because the Invitational Championship is coming there for their championship, and they're going to be they've had a chance to watch the elites and what they were doing, and believe me, there's going to be a lot of guys, and none of this stuff is truly unknown. People know that the size is better up in 7. They know about the undercut banks and the current. And to be honest, guys, one of the things to look for, and I'm letting you know this, when we get a little bit farther into fall, now I'm not sure whether we're going to quite be there yet, but that first week of September, the fish are going to start moving into those fall patterns, and there's going to be a better bite, in my opinion, and some of the better fish are going to be available. So you might not see the decline as much as the incline in terms of fish. So be prepared for that. I'm going to throw one more thing out here, and I'll probably say this again before it happens, but keep your eye on my buddy Steve Lopez, because Steve came in second when Matt Steffen won that event a couple of years ago. And by the way, Steve and Matt were fishing very, very close to where Pat Schlapper was fishing on this event. And you heard it here, Steve Lopez. Put him on your fantasy fishing team for the championship if there is one, because I absolutely think Steve came in second to Matt, and believe me, I know they were right there, and Steve wants redemption on the Mississippi, so keep his name, in your fantasy fishing. He's gonna be there for sure. The Mississippi River is just such a great place to have a tournament. Old school fishing. It isn't a place where you can rely on forward facing to win by any means. You have to be able to come up with several patterns that are going to sustain you over 4 days and over varying weather patterns. And the other component to this is what a home field advantage. Like I mentioned, Steve Lopez being right from there, Matt Steffen being right from there, Pat Schlapper being right from there, Caleb Koopball being right from there. All of these local guys that do real well, and I'm leaving some of these guys out, and I apologize, but all of these Wisconsin guys and the Wisconsin crowds, they love their fishing, they're supportive, they absolutely support what these guys are doing. What a great place to have a tournament. What a great tournament this next one's going to be with the Invitational Championship. And what a great tournament Bass put on for their final tournament of the season. Guys, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.